All right, my friends, Ruben Obed here, transmitting live from Dorado, Puerto Rico, and I'm here to talk a little bit about my solar system, and the adjustments that I've made to, so that my system will work perfectly. As many know, I have a 570 watt array. I put 600 because it's more of a regular number, and that people when they do a search, but I actually have a 570 watt array that I made out of 30 watt panels. I have 19 30-watt panels in parallel in my roof, and they're awesome, 570 watts worth. Now, here's my system. All right, I have six deep cycle marine batteries. I'm running an MPPT charge controller. I'm running a Best Tech inverter to run the fridge. That's 2,000 watts. Okay. What was happening though? What was happening is the following. When I hooked up this refrigerator, okay, this is an AC fridge, all right, and this AC fridge draws about 8 amps when it's running, and as we all know that refrigerators don't run continuously. I live totally off grid, guys, in Puerto Rico. I'm not connected to the grid at all. I run my entire house with this solar system right here, with these batteries. I run everything. Water pumps, my router, my internet. I have a recording studio. I'm a music producer. Okay, right now I don't have everything on, but I'm going to show you guys. This is my recording studio right here. I run everything in the studio: computers, the monitor, the TV, pianos, fans, anything that I need back here in this back room. Open it up here. You know what I mean? This is where I do my green screening work and all my stuff, and that's my stuff. And this is these microphones. These are recording studio microphones, and I run everything off of solar. You know what I'm saying? So, and all I have is a 600 watt solar system. As you can see right now, the lights are off. I'm not using the studio, so I don't want to be wasting energy. I run everything off grid. So the reason why I'm doing this video is because I was running into a situation which was kind of bad. When I purchased this inverter right here, which was recently, it was with the purpose of running that fridge. Okay. Now, what happens is that those inverters that I had over there couldn't run the fridge because of the surge. When you buy a fridge, the first initial surge, it's like sometimes it's 3 to 6 times the amount of what it runs. So that little fridge, it'll draw, let's say, 100 watts, but initially the surge could be 800-900 watts, just the first second or two. Well, anyway, so I bought this inverter and I installed it. And, since I really liked it and it was running the fridge, I figured, okay, well, I'll just connect everything and run the entire house off of this inverter. And that inverter is more than enough to run the fridge and to run all the appliances in the house. Well, what happens is I was running up, kind of short. Not short in the sense that when I would wake up in the morning, I would see that my batteries would drop down already to 12.1, 12.0. Then when I turned the refrigerator off and the stuff, then it would go up a little bit. So it didn't quite reach 50%. And as we all know, we shouldn't go beyond 50% unless you have, one of those lithium battle-born batteries. But if you're doing lead acid batteries, you should stay within the 50% discharge rate. And what happened was I was coming up short, and the sun was not enough to recharge the batteries the next day and have the fridge on the next day. And I was here evaluating, what can I do? What can I do? As I'm running short, and the only solution was to buy more panels or turn on the generator. So for a while, for almost the same month, I was turning on the generator for 4 hours every day to top off my batteries. Now, The whole purpose of solar is that you can live off of the sun. And I didn't want to give up on that idea. I wanted to run my system off grid, and I don't want to need batteries, because I went through Hurricane Maria. I mean, not, let me rephrase that. I don't want to have to need gasoline, not batteries, gasoline. After Hurricane Maria, or during Hurricane Maria, getting gas was like mission impossible. The lines were miles long, and then it was extremely hard to get gas. So I do not, and when I started building the system, I said I do not want to depend on gas. That was my thing. But what did I find myself doing? I had to have the generator on every day for 4 hours, and then it was rainy and cloudy. So what did I do? What I did is I just simply changed things. All right. What I did was that instead of using this inverter, I said, okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use my fridge. I'm not going to use that to store like perishable foods. I'm going to put stuff that doesn't get damaged when the fridge is off, and instead of this inverter, I'm going to use that one over there, the 410. I use the smallest inverter to run the house, the lights, the TV, even the recording studio. The recording studio, really, the only thing I turn on in there is the TV and the computer and a couple of mics. So it really does not draw that much power. Well, anyways, to make a long story short, that change by itself caused my batteries now to always be charged. You know what I mean? When I wake up in the morning, like today was a perfect example. My batteries were at 12.5. The sun, and it was rainy and cloudy, and in less than, I would say, maybe 45 minutes, my entire battery bank was recharged. So once I see that the battery bank is recharged, right? I leave the 410 watt inverter on continuously. All right. But this I turn off. Okay, so my modem is constantly running. My lights are accessible. And I turn this on during the day. So early in the morning, boom, I turn the inverter on. The fridge turns on. My sodas, my juices, my stuff get, non-perishable stuff gets nice and cold, and I don't have to spend gas at all. And I've been now a while with no need to use my generators, which is exactly what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? So right now you could see my battery's at 14. The panels are at 21. That means that there's practically no kind of load. 13.8. I think it went into float voltage now. Totally, and I have my things running. You know what I'm saying? That's my system right there. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is sometimes, it's not an issue of buying more panels. It's not an issue of, changing. It's actually, you gain more by changing the way you're using your system. You can gain more because right now I don't have a problem anymore. You know what I'm saying? I just adjusted the way I'm running my system. Same system, same amount of solar panels, same amount of wattage, and I don't have to waste gas anymore. That's a big win, guys. It's a big win because I'm not doing without. I have fridge. I'm running it all day because there's sun. So the since the batteries are full, my solar panels are more than enough to run my fridge all day. So around 5 to 6 o'clock, I turn the fridge off. That's all I do. Fridge, I try to keep it closed. It stays cold to midnight. Midnight, I'm sleeping, so I don't care if anything gets warm at midnight. But all throughout the day, I only turn the fridge on till 5 o'clock. And I turn this big inverter off. So my advice to you guys is this. If you have a big inverter, okay, if you have a big inverter, try to, if you can, use it only when necessary. And if you can get like a little inverter to run the small things, little inverter doesn't draw anything. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that I did, right? I was running fans. I live in Puerto Rico, so it's kind of hot. And my fans, I was using regular table fans. I was actually at the time running three. It was me, my wife, and my mother-in-law. And I was running three fans, and each fan was drawing zero point 0.5 AC amps, which is 5 amps DC. At 12 volts, that it was 5 amps. So in total, those three fans were drawing 15 amps from my system. And fans were running all night. I mean, it'll take a toll on your batteries. So I said to myself, I gotta change this up. I went out to Advanced Auto Parts and I got DC fans. Now, these fans right here, I want to show you guys. These fans right here, all right, they're small. This is why I don't know what that's, maybe 10-inch or. Now, don't let this fool you. This blows a lot of freaking air. I mean, a lot. No exaggeration. So what did I do? I bought a couple of those. All they draw is 1 amp. And since they're DC fans, I don't have to run it through an inverter. I just connect it straight to the battery. Guys, I'm in Puerto Rico. It's just tropics. I get cold at night. So I got 2 of these fans blowing air on me while I sleep. You know what I mean? I have it here in the living room. I have this little one here in the living room. Like when I sit down here to just sit at the table, and if I get a little hot, I turn it on. I also have one of these fans. These are DC fans too. And that little thing right there, man, these are really cheap. You can find those anywhere online for like $11, and they blow out a hell of a lot of air. Only like 7 watts. And I mean, if you see it right there, those aren't that big. Those, I would say it's about maybe wingspan. I don't know. It could be maybe 15 to 20 inches. So it's not a big fan, but they're cheap and they're DC. They're 12 volts. They're really good, guys. Really, they blow a lot of air. And that is how you can maximize solar panels, you know what I mean? And your solar system, your solar array. That's pretty much it, guys. So that's how I found the solution to my issue of, I was using up too much power. Now, if you have the money and if you want to get a 12-volt fridge that is made for RVs and stuff, go right ahead. That is the ideal situation. But RV fridges and 12-volt fridges tend to be very expensive. So, right now I picked up that AC fridge at Walmart for like $100. You know what I'm saying? And it serves me well. It serves me very, very well. Now, if I want to run that fridge 24/7, okay, I have already in place. I have this other inverter, which it's identical to that one, and I have that battery. Now, this battery right now, all it has on the roof is like a little 30-watt panel. So it really isn't pulling in much. But this combined with, let's say, 2 100-watt panels on the roof would be a totally separate system that could run that fridge practically 24/7. You know what I mean? I have to do the calculations, but I'm pretty sure that if worst case scenario, I'll double up on the battery. I'll get another battery and run that in parallel. But in terms of the inverter size, it'll run it. So, I'll show you guys again. This is a separate system. That one is connected to this battery. This is a 120 amp hour battery, deep cycle marine battery. Okay, so this can run this fridge no problem. You know what I mean? And if I want to run it 24 hours a day, then I probably would get another one of these, have them both, in parallel, and at least a 200-watt panel on the roof, and it's not a lot. And that, just with that alone, I could run the fridge 24/7. I wouldn't have to shut it off like I'm doing now. But that comes with time, and hopefully I'll be able to get the to 2 additional panels. But in the meantime, everything's working flawlessly. I'm running the entire house off of grid. I'm not coming up short. On the contrary, it's like, wow, I have a lot of power to spare, you know. I don't watch much TV. I'm constantly like online. I watch Netflix and stuff. But when I do want to watch TV, I freely turn on the TV, especially during the day. During the day, um, I feel at liberty to run anything. You know what I'm saying? That inverter right there, yes, it can. Some people are wondering. Yes, that'll run the microwave too. But those are modified wave inverters, and when I've run the microwave, it makes a sound like. It's not as efficient. They're not pure sine wave, but I bought for the price. I paid for this one like $82. Then, like 2 days after I bought this one, the seller, not even 2 days, the next day, the seller brought the price down from 82 to 60 something. And I said, hold up. I said, oh, I'm going to buy another one at that price. So I ended up with two of them. Now, with those two inverters, with the price I paid for those two inverters, I could have got one pure sine wave inverter. I've never had a problem with modified sine wave inverters. Even my fridge runs perfect with modified sine wave. So I know pure sine wave is better. So I'm not denying that, but I'm not, unless you're running medical equipment or something very sensitive. Even my computer, my laptop and stuff, it runs perfectly fine on the modified wave. So, I figured I'd rather have two inverters. If one breaks down, I have a backup than to depend solely on one pure sine wave inverter. And then if it breaks down, then I'm shit out of luck. So, that's just my philosophy, but that's pretty much the whole gist of this. So this is the system right here. Okay, that's the system. This right here, I don't count it, guys. This is just a regular little car battery, which when I started doing solar, this was like the very first thing I bought, and I just have it there just in case I want to use it for anything. But it's a car battery. It's not the appropriate thing for solar. Now, these batteries over here, okay, these are deep cycle. If you see, they're deep cycle marine RV batteries. Those two are marine RV batteries, and they are deep cycle as well. Now, what happens with these? These are the kind of batteries that you could pick up at your regular auto parts store. I got these at Advanced Auto Parts, and these batteries, although they are deep cycle, they are not the appropriate batteries for solar, and I'm well aware of that. Only thing, these are cheaper and they're more accessible to me, but I am well aware of that. So if any of the solar Nazis come on here criticizing the batteries, I am well aware that these are hybrid batteries. You know what I mean? And but they've worked very well. I run my entire house. I got them. I have I'm using 4-aught cable. No heating issues. I put a safety disconnect switch on here. I have it with an inline fuse, 100 amp fuse. Actually, I oversized that fuse. I think I need to downscale that. I need to put an 80 amp fuse instead. That was a newbie mistake, but for now, I left it on there. And this is a separate battery, a separate little system, and I charge using that if I need it. But like I said, I haven't had the need to charge my batteries. You know what I'm saying with that, because of the adjustment that I did. Look, if you see right now what we're looking at here, all right, I got the MT50 and it's at float voltage right now. It's only bringing in 3.8 amps because the batteries are totally full. Solar panels are at nominal voltage, so they're really, I'm pulling nothing practically. I'm pulling nothing. So I don't know, what else can I say? The other thing that I want to mention, and I've shown this before, but I'm going to show it again, is that I have little gas generators. Okay, I don't have big gas generators because the purpose of my generators is only to charge my batteries, in case of an emergency. So, and they don't waste any gas. These little things, 2 cycle generators, I got 2 of them, and these little generators are excellent. They don't waste any gas. I can have them on for 4 hours charging the batteries, and practically doesn't waste anything. They're 800 watt, 1000 watt surge Jennies, and they work really good. You do have to mix them with, have the oil and mix them, but these work really good. And I got my little battery, my gas stocked up, you know. Okay, so, and I'm gonna try to finish this video off system itself. I mean, or the solar array. I like saying that word array. It makes it sound like something like really technical. Hold on, let me open up this gate here, and I want to share that with you guys because I went a totally different route than other people while I open up this gate so I can share this guy with you guys. Okay. The gate is open. All right. This is my solar system. As you can see, I have it on concrete blocks. Okay. Right now, they're facing south. Come around this end, and there they are, right there. All right. Those are 30-watt panels. I have 19 of them, giving me a total of 570 watts. Okay. Now, on a pretty decent day, and the max that I've seen these putting out in total has been 22 amps. Okay, so I've been getting a consistent 18 to 21 amps, and up to 22 amps. Now, according to the figures, I think the max should have been 25, but then again, the angle isn't like perfectly exactly like right now. According to our latitude here in Puerto Rico, my panels should be at 33 degrees, for optimal results. But this is close enough. I have my, I don't know, like maybe 40 degrees, so I'm not that much off. And the reason why I got 30-watt panels is because these panels, if I would have bought 100-watt panels, the shipping to Puerto Rico is like $40-something each. So it was more cost effective for me to get 30-watt panels. I bought them on eBay, on a store called Mighty Max Solar. Okay, running down into my house, 30-watt panels. Okay, each panel nominally will give you 1.68 amps, but I don't get that. I usually get like 1.20 or 1.15 per panel. So total about maybe 22 amps would be coming in with the MPPT charge controller. These are really good panels, guys. Mighty Max Solar. You can pick them up on eBay. Right now, I think these are out of stock, but they do have the other 100-watt ones. The 20-watt ones are at $32. These were $38 with free shipping, priority shipping at that. And they have tempered glass. They have aluminum framing. A really high quality panel by Mighty Max Solar. Now, if you compare these panels to the 30-watt panels made by Renogy, Renogy has this exact panel for $72, and then you have to pay the shipping. So, $72 for a 30-watt panel by Renogy when you could buy them from Mighty Max Solar for $38 a piece with free shipping. It's a no-brainer. It's the same exact panel. These are monocrystalline panels, and they're great, man. They're great. I have no complaints with these panels. Now, I do want to warn you guys about these 30-watt panels that you might find online from China. They suck. They really do suck. They're semi-flexible, and they are garbage. Don't buy these. Right now, each of them is about 30 watts. I'm supposed to have 60 watts, and downstairs, the most I've been bringing in is like 7 watts, 8 watts. Don't buy those. And they're like $34, and they're flimsy. Don't buy them. So if you see them on eBay, don't get them. Get these. These are real panels from Mighty Max Solar, 30 watts a piece. You get your 30 watts worth. you know, and they're great, man. They're great panels. So that's basically my solar system, guys. 570 watts of solar, you know, made out of 30-watt panels. It's covering my entire roof. So my plans are to, if Mighty Max gets these back in stock, I'm gonna do another line like here. I mean, I got enough real estate on this on my roof to put a whole bunch of these. So I'm gonna continue doing that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative, and I want to tell you guys that yes, I live totally off grid, you know, and I have all of the comforts that anybody would have. I have everything running off grid. I don't pay electric. You know what I mean? And I just want people to know that you can do it. I made this on my own, guys. I didn't have any previous knowledge of solar. I didn't. And I learned watching YouTube videos, talking to a friend of mine from Georgia who actually is the one that's got me started in all of this. And from there, I kept researching and learning, and that's my system, man. And right now here in Puerto Rico, in the midst of all these earthquakes, I've always had power, with a small little system, 570. I'm not even at 600 watts, and I have power all the time, Okay, Hip Hop Thinker said we need a 220 Salsa MAGA music anthem. Hey, Hip Hop Thinker, I already made that one, buddy. It's on my wall. It's called Trump Latinos in America. Look it up. I made it like last month. It's the new anthem, so check it out. Trump Latinos in America. It's like my newest anthem. So feel free to check that one out. It's on my channel. But anyway, guys, to all the people who follow my channel, I appreciate all of the support. To my donors who have donated. Okay, let me see. I'm trying. I haven't. Have you heard the MAGA challenge yet? No, I have not heard the MAGA challenge yet. But anyway, guys, if you want to, all right. Sorry, guys. I stepped away too far from Wi-Fi, but like I was saying to you guys, if you like my channel, if you like these videos, if you like my Trump support music, and you wish to make a contribution, my PayPal link will be in the description. And every little bit that comes in helps me to cover costs. So yeah, I know. All right, I'll check it out, Hip Hop Thinker. But like I said, if you guys want to make a donation, it helps me a lot, just to continue doing what I'm doing. And right now, everything that I've been able to done has been thanks to God and thanks to my supporters who help me and help me continue. And I appreciate all the help you guys give me. So like I said, my PayPal link will be in the description. Any amount is a blessing and will help us just continue doing these things, and also helping other people who don't have the knowledge. Then I always answer their questions and try to lend a hand with their solar needs too. So all right, guys, well, take care. God bless, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.